Gonna have a little fun in the kitchen now. Welcome back to New Day Cleveland. It's a garden fresh recipe for breakfast. That's right, we're making mom's zucchini pancakes with Amy Kassengeiser. I love that name. You must have got a deal on the letters because you used every letter in the alphabet. She's from My Retro Kitchen, and this is a great idea because these things, when they start growing in the garden, you got to find some ways to use them.
Oh my gosh, I know. My parents have a huge garden, and we'll in the summertime have our counters lined with them as long as our arms. For this recipe,
This the right size?
Yeah, for this recipe, it only calls for 2 cups, which is about an average size zucchini, which are the ones that you're going to find in the grocery store right now. But you're going to want to double the recipe because it's
that good.
So good. It's more of a savory recipe because it does have some Parmesan cheese in it as well. We like making them for dinner time lots of times and have it as a side dish.
Like a little side dish with it. You serve meat in your meals?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it's be a nice little side dish.
Excellent. But they're so good in the morning with some eggs and dippy eggs and stuff. So
you know what?
Either way.
You're right. You can put an egg on top of that even, huh?
Get a little sauce going.
Oh, I like that idea. Do you peel them or what?
No, because I like having the little flecks of green. It just looks so pretty in there. This is a really quick recipe. It's awesome. So we're going to use 2 cups of the fresh zucchini. You can put that in your bowl.
Do they give off a lot of water after you shred them?
No, actually they do not. When we have so much zucchini on hand, a lot of times I will grate them up ahead of time. I'm adding some Parmesan cheese here, and put them into Ziploc bags of 2-cup quantities. Most recipes that call for shredded zucchini will call for that. And that way you can also add a handful of it to your spaghetti sauce, and a good way to
it holds
make
up
it go.
in the refrigerator.
Yeah, it's not going to get all watery and gross.
Okay, so we'll catch them up. How much Parmesan and how much of the Bisquick?
We've got a 1/3 of a cup of Parmesan cheese, and then we have a 1/4 of a cup of Bisquick. Any type of baking mix will work just fine.
That Bisquick is a great shortcut, isn't it?
It is, it is. I mean, you can make up your own, that's fine, but I like quick and easy.
Yeah.
And then we have 2 eggs that are lightly beaten.
Are we going to actually cook these things too?
We are.
Okay, I'm going to get your pan going over here for you,
Thank you
okay?
very much.
I'll get that for you.
Okay. And then I have some chopped up
Chives.
fresh chives. Yeah, you can use scallions, green onions. You can omit them entirely, but I like.
Do those
the
come
little bit
jumping
of
out of your garden this spring?
Oh my gosh, they're already
telling
yay
you.
high. It's awesome.
Yeah.
So you're just gonna mix this up real good so that we got a nice wet batter.
Pretty easy to do.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
right. If some
This
guy
is a
wasn't
good one.
talking to you, you'd be done already.
It's much more fun having company in the kitchen.
Thank you.
That's part of the fun. Cooking.
You're having fun out there too, you hear that? So what do you think of Dom today? He was pretty funny, wasn't
Oh
he?
my gosh, yes. And Natalie's a good sport.
She's a good sport.
Okay, we're just gonna add a little bit of olive oil to the pan. You've got about a tablespoon or so. And then I like to cook with some butter.
Me too.
If you add a little bit of both, it'll keep your butter from burning and browning too dark. So we're just gonna let that go.
You know, that is a great tip for people, and people don't realize that. I mean, if you like the taste of butter, but you don't want it to burn and go brown,
because it does.
A little bit of oil.
It burns on you really easy. You have to keep an eye on it. So that oil will stop that. So we're just gonna get that going. And then you can make them nice and tiny if you want to serve these for appetizers at a party. But I find like a 2-cup scoop, or excuse me, 2 tablespoon scoop is a good one. And we're just going to add that right to the pan. And you're just going to drop these into as dollops. And as the edges begin to brown, that's when you flip. So it's really pretty quick.
I'm tripping out here with all kinds of crazy ideas. You know, you put the Parmesan in there. You could put some crumbled bacon in it if you
totally
wanted.
could, yes. And we like to add de-seeded diced tomatoes. You want to make sure the seeds are out just so it doesn't get your batter doesn't get too wet.
Yeah.
Roasted red peppers are really good in there, so you get
that's
a
a
little
great
bit
idea,
of pop
too.
of color, some jalapeno if you like a little bit of bite.
And if you want to go off the map and get crazy, you know, you could get those like salmon eggs, like caviar kind of thing.
Yeah, and top that on top like a little beignet.
Jump
That would
back
be
Jack.
good. So we're just gonna let these go. They already, you can see they move around the pan. You wanna make sure you use a non-stick skillet because they could stick and then, you know, it's just gonna waste the time. Or make sure if you are using one that is not non-stick, make sure it's nice and hot.
Just think how much better this is for you than using the potato. I mean, potatoes delicious, but no big starch in here, huh?
No, not at all,
Yeah.
not at all.
That's
And
great.
it's a very inexpensive recipe, so you're pretty good here for your family. Turn this up just a little bit here.
Oh, yeah. See, that's beautiful. So how long does it usually take to cook them? About 2 minutes, maybe?
Oh my gosh, yeah, at least, not even. And then if you're doing a big batch, I like to put a plate in my oven, keep it warm, so as you're pulling them out of the frying pan, you can put them into the oven and keep them warm while the rest of them are cooking.
There you
See
go.
how that
Did you
is
guys
nice
see that? How
and
about a round of
brown?
applause here, huh? Look at that.
This is a family favorite recipe. This is something that my mom has been making for years and years. And it makes me think back to when we used to go, we don't do it quite as often as we used to, but we would go to Outer Banks and we would load ourselves up with all of the vegetables and our spices. We don't have to buy everything up there. And we would have probably these zucchini pancakes almost every day, along with our fresh seafood and fish, and it takes me back to my
Anything, you can
childhood.
put anything on those because it's such a great neutral background. You get that little bit of cheese. What a delicious idea.
Yeah, they're super good.
You know, when we're going to do this, I had no idea what we were talking about, but this is incredible.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. And yeah, here I'm gonna.
You know what? We should taste one, right?
Ready here. Yep.
Here's some that are done already.
Here's some that are already done. Please help
Okay, we're
yourself.
going to plate this up, and I'm going to tell folks about something that's coming to town in August. I think this is way out in August, the Nashville-based string band, Old Crow Medicine Show. And they're bringing their old-time bluegrass folk sound to Northeast Ohio. It's a one-time only show, and it takes place Friday, August 16th at the Ohio Theater at Playhouse Square. That's at 8 o'clock. Tickets don't go on sale till Friday, so get ready to buy some tickets, but guess what? We've got a pair of free ones for you. Just be caller number 8 at 216-578-0888 to win, and good luck. Hey, we're going to taste one of these little pancakes, and after the breaks,
They're a little
folks,
bit hot here.
I think hot is good.
It is good.
It's really good.
What do you think?
You're good.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
We're going to the movie.